Gusts of up to 80 miles per hour will rage throughout today, sparking warnings of flying debris, travel chaos and coastal flooding. The Army was on standby as the Environment Agency issued 32 flood alerts and 2 more serious flood warnings, urging immediate action. Safety campaigners have advised elderly and vulnerable people to stay indoors. While the strength of the wind will be the rain and huge waves whipped up during high tides threaten coastal regions. Some 1,200 troops are at the ready, with Brian threatening worse chaos than former Hurricane Ophelia's assault on the west coast on Monday. Level Storm Brian will bring an onslaught of weather that could be deadly. There are 3 UK standby battalions, 1,200 personnel, held at high readiness to deal with contingencies, including those related to weather. Mod spokesperson, a Ministry of Defence spokesman, said there are 3 UK standby battalions, 1,200 personnel, held at high readiness to deal with contingencies, including those related to weather. So far there have been no requests for assistance, but they are ready to be deployed in any storm-hit areas if needed. The Met Office has issued warnings for severe weather across a swath of the UK until midnight tonight. Regions in the firing line include the East Midlands, East Anglia, London and the South East, North West and South West England, Wales and the West Midlands. While the worst of the weather will have died down by tonight, the tail end of the storm will bring more wind and rain tomorrow. Friday, October 20, 2017. Operations Manager Dave Miller with Michael Davis and Keith Powell from the Environment Agency's operation team lay sandbags at a flood defense barrier in Fowey, Cornwall. Met Office forecaster Aidan McGivern said, "We are expecting gusts to be widely in excess of 50 miles per hour with around 70 miles per hour in coastal areas. The strongest winds will arrive in western parts of England and Wales early this morning before gradually those strong winds transfer eastwards across the country by late morning and early afternoon. The strong winds will coincide with high tides, bringing the threat of dangerous waves in places. Brian will start to pull away by Sunday and we will see improving conditions across the UK. Environment Agency engineers yesterday lined roads in the town of Fowey, Cornwall, with waterproof barriers. It is the first time the barricades, usually reserved for when rivers burst their banks, have been used along the Cornish coast." Malcolm Booth, chief executive of the National Federation of Occupational Pensioners, urged elderly people to stay at home during the worst of the weather. "It would be wise to avoid going out if at all possible to avoid any risk of harm during this particularly bad and potentially deadly period of weather," he said. Regions which dodged Monday's battering are unlikely to escape Brian's fury today, forecasters have warned. Exacta Weather's James Madden said parts of the country can expect severe gales with northern, western and southern areas particularly at risk. Here we could see gusts of between 50 miles per hour and 70 miles per hour. This could have the potential to uproot trees and cause disruption. Although southern areas did not feel the brunt of Ophelia, they certainly will feel the impact this time round. We are urging people to keep an eye on local weather forecasts as changes could increase the overall severity and damage potential of the storm. Sarah Thornton, of online forecasting service Weather Trending, warned Brian could cause worse carnage than Ophelia. Friday, October 20, 2017. Storm Brian swell forecast today. Brian is set to slam into southwest England this morning and could cause greater disruption to the UK than Ophelia, which focused most of its destructive power on Ireland. While Brian didn't originate in the tropics and so can't claim the honor of being a former hurricane, it is a deep depression that is exploding into life, like a bomb, she said. Such weather bombs are not uncommon, but this one will come armed with 70 miles per hour winds and a barrage of heavy rain, and unlike Ophelia, which gave the UK a glancing blow and focused its ire on Ireland, Brian is heading straight towards us. It once more puts the British Isles squarely in the firing line of some very windy and wet weather. Weather company forecaster Eleanor Bell said more than an inch of rain will fall in a matter of hours today. By midday we could have 20 millimeters to 30 millimeters of rain over high ground in Wales and the Pennines. Winds are expected to reach 40 to 50 miles per hour with coastal gusts of 70 miles per hour and perhaps 80 miles per hour in exposed regions. The AA has warned drivers to expect delays due to water and debris on roads. It advised families heading off for half-term to prepare for disruption and pack an emergency travel kit. Spokesman Vince Crane said the combination of heavy rain and strong winds will create some very poor driving conditions. There is the potential for roads to be affected by debris, standing water, closures and diversions. Drivers will need to take extra care and expect delays, even on motorways.